My name is Liz Nunnally, and this is my topic presentation, Malala, Write About Women's Rights. Now, I wanted to give a background on Pakistani women's rights and talk about how they're held up in society. 21% of girls in Pakistan are married before the age of 18, and this is completely legal. Kari is the carrying out of honor killings, which means that someone has brought upon shame to their family, and the only way to restore that honor is through being killed. And it is shown that 1,000 women's lives are sacrificed each year for this. Zina Hudud Ordinance, this is set in Islamic theology, and it sets the punishment for rape, adultery, and fornication. Now, this is held towards men and women. Unfortunately, it is skewed very heavily against women. For example, a rape victim who is a woman must have 4 male eyewitnesses to testify against her alleged attacker, and if she does not have these eyewitnesses, the case turns into adultery, and she can be charged for committing adultery against her husband, in which she can go to jail for. Now, luckily, Pakistan now has the Protection of Women Against Violence bill, which was set in 2015 in Punjab, and this criminalizes all forms of violence against women and creates shelters for domestic violence victims. Now, there are still gender barriers in Pakistan, even with the effort we are making to give women more rights and more say in their lives. Now, an example of this is a woman must have a man's permission to carry out a loan from the bank or even open up a bank account. Now that we have background on Pakistan women's rights, I wanted to give a little background on Malala. Now, she was born and raised in Pakistan. She's an advocate for women's rights in education, which led to her being shot by the Taliban at 15 years old on the school bus she was taking to school. And she wasn't the only one shot, but she was the main target for this mission by the Taliban. Now, seeing that she has grown up in Pakistan, this has had a huge influence on her ideas. And we have 2 quotes from her on this slide. The first one is, "We have to change this idea that women are only supposed to work in the house. Women should go out and be what they want." And the second quote is, "We like to be known as the clever girls. When we decorated our hands with henna for holidays and weddings, we drew calculus and chemical formulae instead of flowers and butterflies." Now, if you remember, she talked about this in the book, how she would often draw these formulas on her hands just to help her memorize and to show that she was in school and she was gaining an education. She didn't want to hide it. She wanted people to know, hey, I'm going to school. I want to become this. I want to do this. Now, Malala's focuses on her speaking out are women's right to equality and a free and mandatory education. And in her speech that she gave at the United Nations, she said, "I raise up my voice not so that I can shout, but so those without a voice can be heard." And she also points out that she's not speaking against men. She is saying that she wants them to come up and speak for their friends who are women and just be an advocate for them. Therefore showing that she wants unity and peace. There is so much turmoil in Pakistan, and so much of it could be brought to an end by this unity between men and women. Now, to answer the question, is she right? It is said by Gordon B. Hinckley that the Constitution under which we live, and which has not only blessed us, but has become a model for other constitutions, is our God-inspired national safeguard ensuring freedom and liberty. And Dallin H. Oaks has also said that in the eyes of God, whether in the church or in the family, women and men are equal with different responsibilities. So I would say yes, She's most certainly right, and she most certainly has the freedom to speak on this.